Hey guys, this is absolutely my last video I'm going to make before I leave. We're close to packed up now. Got the computer set up, a couple things on the wall still, then things like our beds that we're using. But anyway, but the reason I'm making this, this is going to be just a quick short video, is 4G. Remember? I guess it's the holiday season. It kind of brings back old friends. 4G reposted one of his old videos on fistgate. And I had done a video response. In fact, it was the first video response I ever did to God, Guns, Guts, and Glory. And the video response that I did was about, because he had, I'm going to try to explain this real quick. In the original video, in his description, he had said, this happened at because if you're not familiar with the incident, it was a panel, there was kids present. The panel was discussing the ins and outs of gay sexuality, some of it in graphic detail. There were some kids, teenagers present, and I'm not condoning that. But he said in the description that this happened at a Massachusetts high school. And now, of course, the incident happened at Tufts University, a major university, and it was for adults. Parents chose to bring their kids. It wasn't children weren't excluded. Adults brought their kids to it, knowing what they were getting into, and that's the parents' choice. That was my argument. Was simply, if parents choose to, if that's what the parents want their kids to see, if you're going to be a parent rights person, you can't really complain much about that. And he changed the description on the original video and took out the high school part of it. Now this video, he doesn't claim it's at a high school, but I've noticed a bunch of the people who have watched it and responded favorably have stated, this is disgusting, this is going on at a high school, and stuff like that. And rather than say, no, it's not a high school, although he did add that he did mention after this comment that it was he said some kind of college campus or something like that, which is really funny considering Tufts is such a major, massive university, but that's okay. But the point is that the people watching this video are obviously thinking that this is going on at a high school. It seems to imply that there's nothing but kids in the audience, when in reality there were very, very few teenagers present. It said some as young as 14, but they weren't the majority of people in attendance at this event. It was for adults. Anyway, that's all on a side. So I made a response to this. Now I'm gonna in just a minute here, I'm gonna put up my response. Well, actually, screw it. I'll do it right now. So here's the comment I left on 4G's video. I think it is important to note that this did not happen at a public school, but at Tufts University in Boston. The event was for adults. However, some parents brought their teens to this. You may disagree with the content present, but at no time was this presented to minors without their parents' consent. Also, this event occurred in 2000, so not current news. Right. Okay, I did not expect this to be approved, so I was very surprised when I got home and found out he'd responded to it. And he responded with this message. Nice try, CPS lovin' sodomite promotin' pervert. Ha ha. You ain't stopping the truth. A faggot was teaching a room of 14-year-olds how to be a failure. That's all that matters. So I thought, wow, he actually did approve it. I was more impressed with the fact that he approved my comment. However, when I went back to reply to this comment and my original comment were gone from the page, so he had deleted them after approving it, response, and then deleting them both. Okay, so the key thing here from my response is that not once in that response did I insult 4G. I merely, that comment was totally worded as a, hey, just for everyone's information, this event was, in case, because not responding to him specifically, but to the people that watched his video that might have thought this was actually going on at a high school. I threw in, hey, this is, just for your information, this is, was at a university, and parents did choose to bring their kids, and, whatever. That's it. I didn't insult 4G. I didn't really contradict the main point he was trying to make in this video. I mean, I disagree with it, but in this comment, I didn't contradict anything. I just added information to that. I was not rude, insulting, no profanity, nothing. I didn't even endorse the sodomite lifestyle and his whatever. I didn't do anything in that comment outside of pointing out some truth, a little bit, some additional, true, non-offensive facts. All right? And I think it's really important. First, you saw his response to me. That's how he responds to, well, frankly, to anybody that disagrees. But I'm going to say this, and this is my argument. And I'm going to the reason he didn't post that comment, well, he posted it long enough to comment to it, to respond. He wanted to make sure that I knew that he saw that comment, and a good chance to throw in some insults. But why wouldn't he just leave the comment up with his insults? He could have done that. He could say, well, I didn't want to start a back and forth war with you, whatever. That's fine. I wouldn't have responded back to it really anyways. I mean, I might have, anyway, that's all on the side. The point is that the reason he doesn't want that original comment up is that his video loses a lot of its power if people know the origin, if people know where the event occurred, okay? Context is really important. If I put up a video of some guy, I don't know, talking about how to wear proper condom use, and if I say, this happened at a junior high school, it's a hell of a lot different than it happening at a, I don't know, gay and lesbian seminar thing for adults, or if it happened in a porno bookshop. Something like that. See, the context makes the difference. But by not saying the context and then mentioning that there's children present, it certainly sounds like, especially because the person doing the transcript that they're reading from, they call the people in the audience students, implying that they're students. Some of them were college students, some of them were high school students. The majority were adults from the community. So, but by saying students, you certainly it's on the original Mass Resistance website, perpetuates that same thing. They don't claim it, but they're trying to make it seem like this was a bunch of homosexuals coming into the local high school, mandatory, kids had to go to it, all of this stuff, because they throw in other things, they tie it to other events around the nation where things happen. So you're meant to, the implication is that, all these God-fearing parents unknowingly sent their kids to school that day where they were taught how to fist. That's what the implication is. That's simply false. That's simply not true. That's misinformation. 4G knows that it's misinformation, but that misinformation bolsters his case, gains him fans, angers his viewers, angers the inbred God squad, does whatever, it does. And again, another thing it just shows is that he's really only capable of responding with insults. That's it. I did not insult at all. I didn't say anything negative towards him at all in that comment. I didn't, I was more addressing the people who had already seen his video. I was more addressing them, for your information. And that's the response I get back. And it doesn't get posted. It doesn't get approved. Which shows you. He talks about free speech. They want to take our freedom of speech away. When in reality what he means is he supports free speech provided you only say this narrow interpretation of Judeo-Christian right-wing conspiracy nut propaganda that he approves. Everything else is outside of the parameters of free speech and should not be allowed. And that's that. What can I say? Typical. Anyway, guys, I got to go. I made this way too long. I just now I'll try to record some video on the road, but I'm not going to post anymore. So, bye.